Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by the following: IU Health Southern Indiana physicians, primary care and specialty care providers now accepting new patients in Bloomington and throughout South Central Indiana. siphysicians.org. The IU School of Education, preparing teachers, scholars, and administrators to improve teaching and learning in Indiana and around the world. More at education.indiana.edu. Smithville Fiber, the Gigacity Company, fiber internet, HD, and digital IPTV in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Indiana University Alumni Association, linking IU's network of over 650,000 alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships and volunteer opportunities. alumni.iu.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.
Coming up on Indiana Newsdesk. Orange County has been hit hard by the closing of a manufacturing plant. As Paoli Incorporated shuts its doors for good, many employees are wondering what's next.
We're hoping that something good can happen there. So that would be a wonderful Christmas miracle if that could come about.
It's a contentious issue. Should cannabidiol or CBD be legal in Indiana? Ahead, a preview of a documentary will premiere next week, Cannabidiol, Kids, and Politics.
While he was on it, we had no seizures for 6 months, and that's the first and only time that I've heard him saying mama.
Plus, you won't believe this latest fitness craze. Coming up, goats and yoga together in one room. Those stories, plus the latest news headlines from across the state, right now on Indiana Newsdesk. Welcome to Indiana Newsdesk. I'm Joe Wren. Well, when a manufacturing facility in a large city cuts jobs or closes down, it can become a national story. That's what happened last year when Carrier announced it was laying workers off. Even President Trump got involved to try and keep workers at the Indianapolis plant. When it happens in a small community, it doesn't often garner as much attention. But as Tyler Lake reports, the effects can be even more devastating.
Peg Franz runs a volunteer program that delivers Christmas gifts to seniors as well as mentally and physically challenged adults.
Right, we're doing a Christmas drive.
She's rounding up all the gifts and getting them ready to go out for delivery before Christmas. It keeps her busy, but she has a lot on her mind. Her husband, Steve, has worked at Paoli Incorporated making office furniture for 22 years.
And then about 2 weeks ago, he comes home to tell me that they announced that they're closing their doors for good and doing away with the line, the Paoli line altogether. And that's going to happen in the first week of February.
That's not a lot of notice for a place that's been one of the area's largest employers for more than a century.
No, it's a huge impact, and it's not easy to deal with that type of impact.
Orleans doesn't have a mayor or an economic development department. As the clerk-treasurer, Robert Henderson handles a lot of the town's official business. He says the announcement came as a surprise to everyone.
Well, it came right here at the end of the year. You know, at Christmas time couldn't come at a worse time, the news. And like I said, many of the individuals who worked there, they were long-time employees. Many of them worked there for decades.
After a contract extension earlier this year, Peg thought David would at least be able to stay at the factory until June.
We thought, we have a breather. We can take some time and relax and enjoy the holidays and not have to think about this all the time and think about this case scenario and that case scenario. And then he comes home and it's just like the rug was pulled out from underneath us.
H&I is the second largest office furniture manufacturer in the world. H&I purchased Paoli Incorporated back in 2004. They announced last October the plant would be closing and it would be phasing down production over the year. But workers thought they'd be able to hang on at least through the summer. The plant has gone from about 1,000 workers to only about 120. Many of those who have been laid off have taken lower-paying jobs in Orange County or relocated anywhere they can find work. And that's having a ripple effect throughout the region. This spring, the county reported an unemployment rate of 5.9%, the highest in the state.
So we're looking at probably 85 or 90 years in the family. This building, yes.
William Windhorse Furniture and Appliance Store sits right on the Paoli Town Square. It's a short 10 minutes drive from the Paoli Incorporated factory. He estimates that during Paoli Incorporated's heyday, it accounted for at least 15% of his customer base.
Those jobs were good jobs, and they were long-term jobs. And so customers who come in buying furniture could use financing options and things like that without fear that I'm going to be laid off tomorrow. So that's one thing we saw pretty quick, was people were less likely to buy as quickly, because what does the future bring for us here in Orange County?
He says the plant's closing has been on everyone's mind and has become an emotional burden for those in the area.
It comes up here at work. You know, what are they going to do this week? Or somebody might come in looking to repair an appliance, and they say, you know, I'm getting laid off next week, so I want to go ahead and get this fixed now while I still have some money coming in.
Many people in the region are hoping that someone will come in and buy the 30-acre manufacturing facility and bring good jobs back to the county. Robert Henderson says he's trying to get a buyer for the plant. He's working with the Orange County Economic Development Partnership to do just that. At some point, he thinks the right buyer can be found for the site.
And I'm cautiously optimistic that something will happen, maybe even before the year's end. We're hoping that something good can happen there. So that would be a wonderful Christmas miracle if that could come about.
Meanwhile, the Franz are in limbo. They can't afford for Steve to be unemployed. Peg says the best scenario they see right now is that Steve will be able to transfer to another H&I plant. But that would mean a move to North Carolina, and that's a daunting notion for Peg, who has lived in Orange County most of her life.
I had never thought of it being the stage of life where we're uprooting our life that we know here and all of our support systems and moving somewhere where we don't know a soul.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Tyler Lake.
The #1 employment sector in Orange County now is tourism. About 10% of the county's 19,000 residents work at hotels or in the service sector. Bloomington city leaders are tightening development regulations, at least temporarily. City council members unanimously supported the plan. Lindsay Wright has been following this story. As she reports, the council says it will address concerns about too much growth downtown.
Several community members have criticized the city for rushing the changes and not seeking enough public input. But Mayor John Hamilton has said now is the time to act and ensure future developments fit the community's needs. That's why many council members voted in favor.
That dramatic alteration of our community character, is potentially a significant threat to our economic vitality. If we just go back to what I just tried to summarize, which was community character, quality of life, amenities, and economic vitality.
The ordinance also adds language to city zoning regulations that encourages affordable housing considerations. The city says there's a desperate need for affordable units, but other community leaders say the development restrictions will backfire.
This does not give predictability to the process. Any additional cost incurred by the developer will be passed to tenants or buyers, and this does nothing to help affordability.
The interim zoning changes will remain in effect for 1 year. At that point, city leaders must revisit the ordinance. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Lindsay Wright.
City officials expect to vote on a comprehensive master plan in January. Permanent zoning changes could take up to 1.5 years to approve after that. Now, for headlines, we go over to Barbara Brozier, who has the latest on this week's top stories.
Thanks, Joe. The CEO who was fired from the Utilities District of Western Indiana is now suing his former employer for breach of contract and unpaid wages. The board of directors put Brian Sparks on leave this summer while it conducted an internal financial audit. At the end of that audit, the board fired Sparks. The board cited as its reason failure to live up to management expectations. The electric co-op faced criticism this year over high rates and claims of money mismanagement. The organization is also under an active FBI investigation. UDWI declined to comment, citing pending litigation. The Lawrence County Public Defender Agency is expanding a program that aims to get people into treatment while they await trial. They've been doing it on a limited basis, and it's proven to be more effective than waiting until a person is sentenced.
As soon as someone walks into the Lawrence County Public Defender Agency or is booked into the county jail, they'll be screened for mental illness and addiction. The assessment also includes questions about poverty and homelessness. The program previously focused solely on those facing felony charges, but the county is expanding it next year to include all public defense clients.
Our hope is, based on this opioid epidemic, that people charged with misdemeanor, if they're connected at all with drug use or mental illness, the hope is we can get them treatment as quickly as possible, support them in their treatment so that they don't continue to move in and out of the criminal justice system.
Chief Public Defender David Shercliffe says Lawrence County judges are good about releasing those facing charges so they can seek treatment as their case moves forward. And he says that can make a difference in the final outcome.
If someone comes to a sentencing or someone comes and pleads their case and the judge is going to sentence them, if they've demonstrated to the court that their main issue was either drug addiction or mental health issues and they've received treatment and they've started to become healthier, then judges will usually give them a sentence that's supportive of their recovery.
Lawrence County hopes the program could eventually serve as a model for other communities throughout the state.
A Republican state lawmaker wants to expand the availability of cannabidiol, or CBD, after seeing positive results himself. Jim Lucas says he's taking a hemp-derived version of CBD and is sleeping better and feeling less pain in his joints as a result. Indiana's Attorney General says versions of the oil containing even trace amounts of THC are only legal for those with epilepsy. Lucas wants to change that.
We're criminalizing innocent people that just want a better quality of life. And that's wrong. You know, that's immoral. That's not what lawmakers are supposed to do.
Lucas plans to propose legislation this session that would make CBD available to all Hoosiers for medical purposes. The Attorney General says he isn't opposed to an expansion, but only if it's for FDA-approved medical treatments. Protests against timber harvest in Yellowwood State Forest have mostly died off. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources sold 1,700 trees via sealed bid to Hamilton Logging last month. While the sales sparked protests from the community, the company moved forward with the project and began logging this week.
You can see some of the ribbons from the back of my house. And then some of the logging has been within a mile. Some of it has been a couple miles away. It's not very far.
Stevens has 5 kids and raises her dogs on her property, so the traffic worries her. The DNR says timber harvests help maintain healthy forests by balancing old growth and young growth trees. City officials are planning for the grand reopening of a historic Paoli Bridge nearly 2 years after it was initially damaged. The repairs are almost finished. The bridge is undergoing reinforcements, which officials say are necessary for older bridges.
But our intent is to try to have that bridge open sometime in the first part of January, at the very least.
The truck driver who caused the collapse ignored weight limit signs when she tried to drive across the bridge. She pleaded guilty earlier this year to several charges. Dixon says new reinforced entryways on the bridge will prevent damage from oversized vehicles in the future. The state is highlighting the impact craft breweries have on the economy. Indiana's Lieutenant Governor visited the Upland Wood Shop this week. She says Upland offers opportunities for both tourism and agriculture.
It's about the experience, that people come having an experience and making a connection and building relationships, not just with each other, but with those in the community.
Crouch says tourism brought $12 billion into Indiana's economy last year. And Joe, everywhere you look, there are new craft breweries like that popping up all over the state.
Definitely a growing industry. Thanks, Barbara. Coming up next on Indiana Newsdesk. You won't want to miss our look back at 2017. We show you some of the big stories and recap some we still can't stop talking about. And a new fitness craze combines 2 unlikely things, goats and yoga. And yes, it's just as silly and as much fun as you might think. These stories and more right here on Indiana Newsdesk.
The WTIU WFIU news team connects Indiana to the world. We bring you the top news of the day on radio, TV, and online. We round up the stories that have people talking each week and dig deep into the issues that affect your community the most. The WTIU WFIU news team is where you are and telling your story.
Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. Well, it's been a big year in Indiana, and our news team has worked to capture it all. From immigration to cold beer to the ongoing opioid epidemic, it has been a year of lively debate and sobering issues. Our chief videographer, Steve Burns, brings us this look back at 2017.
Well, thank you all for being here today. Happy New Year. As excited as Suzanne and I are for the next 4 days to unfold, we're even more excited about the coming 4 months, in fact, the coming 4 years, because of all the work that lies ahead.
It's time for Washington to learn from the wisdom of Indiana.
The Congress has become dysfunctional in many ways, so presidents just said, I'm going to act on my own. So there has been a rapid increase of executive orders.
Definitely the immigration system is completely broken. For many people, there is no legal path to come here.
They came outside in the car, knocked on the window, and they said, are you Roberto's wife? And I said, yes. And they said, well, your husband has been detained due to a deportation he had 16 and a half years ago.
My fellow Americans make me proud and make me feel that I belong more.
We're supposed to have a road done in 12 months from October 2016 to 2017, and we can't even get the schedule within 3 months. We have great concern about the progress being made.
We actually built this house knowing that eventually the city's going to try to grab the land and annex it, but hoping that it would be put off as long as possible.
When you get to those sidewalks, if they're not committing criminal offenses or crimes, we as a police department aren't going to take action on that because that's not our job.
This is really a sickening thing, to be able to have to tell your kids that we don't know where we're going.
The man upstairs was checking everybody here. He had his hand on us. That's all I can say.
He's evil! He deserves to die!
He's not going to make it out alive.
This is what you look like with the glasses on.
Every player, every former coach, every former manager that laid the groundwork for this place to be what it is today, we owe them a lot. And our effort level and our give back has to be, really unmatched.
People are trusting their children, our most precious cargo, to the school board. And we want to know that the bus drivers are competent.
I know in the world it's driven by money, but children are not just fiscal amounts.
But the question is for each of us, what are our moral obligations to those people that each of us represent? And I believe it is to try new solutions to this confounding problem that we as a society have created.
Kids who grow up in Austin aren't kids for very long, but we get a maturity about us, and in that maturity there is hope. Because you can't go on fighting a war with no hope. Because this is a war, and we have to be the people we want to be.
When I have a jail with 700-something inmates that's designed for 550, I don't think you need too many committees to understand we got a problem. When there's nowhere to go, they end up here.
Our population has declined 10% in the last 5 years, yet we're wanting to incarcerate. We have the potential to incarcerate 30 to 40% more people.
From this day forward, we declare Martinsville to be no longer a city known for racism, but instead known as a city of refuge.
It's real regrettable, and it shows a lack of concern about any other purpose for the state forests other than just timbering.
We didn't know that we were the highest in the state. We know that our rate is high, all right? Nobody is trying to say that we didn't know that. We knew that.
Normally when they pass a law, you're grandfathered in, but they even want to take ours away.
It's easy to push a plea. I don't have to research this case. I just make this sweetness deal and make this sound good from a person. The average person does not want to fight.
Those are just some of the stories we covered this year. As we look ahead to 2018, we can already say with certainty it's going to be a busy one. We'll continue to follow the impact of tax changes, stories on development and public health, and of course, a major election. It's illegal to possess cannabidiol or CBD in Indiana with one small exception. A law the governor signed into effect in August exempts some people who suffer from epilepsy from Indiana's strict rules. An estimated 20,000 Hoosiers suffer from treatment-resistant epilepsy. Next week, join us for the premiere of Cannabidiol, Kids, and Politics, a special from the WTIU newsroom. We'll meet the families who fought for years to legalize CBD in Indiana. We'll look into the oil's effectiveness and safety, and we'll find out why not everyone considers the new law the last word. Here's a preview.
This was a little boy who every day had to lay in bed, and that's how he spent his days. And he could have one activity at a time. Any more than that, he'd be overexerted and would go into one.
You'd go to bed every night and you'd wake up in the morning and walk into his room and wonder, what am I going to find when I open this door and turn on this light?
When CBD works on these kids, it's magic. The side effect rate on the whole plant, CBD, is virtually nothing.
While he was on it, we had no seizures for 6 months, and that's the first and only time that I've heard him say mama.
But we got down there to the state house where for them, they heard the word hemp and it was, this is marijuana. No, this state does not do anything regarding marijuana.
The public push to legalize marijuana extracts for unregulated use is getting ahead of the science and could jeopardize significant research into promising treatments.
And I don't think that his medical care should be dictated by what his zip code is.
You can catch the premiere of Cannabidiol, Kids, and Politics next Thursday. That's December 28th. It airs at 8:30. You can also watch it online at WTIU.org/CBD. Well, if you've ever taken a yoga class before, you probably think of it as a way to unwind and relax. A nonprofit organization in Bloomington is hosting several yoga sessions, and as Lindsay Wright reports, the classes are overwhelmingly popular because of some surprising guests.
Inhale, halfway lift.
Yoga has long been a popular way to work out, but yoga with goats? That's new.
We were brainstorming new initiatives that we wanted to try and wanted to start, and yoga with animals was one of them.
The Monroe County Humane Association was looking for ways to raise awareness as well as money for services.
We thought, we know someone with goats, we have a space, we know a couple of yoga instructors, we'll try it.
The sessions became an instant hit for animal lovers.
Animals and yoga are both things that bring our heart rate down, they make us feel good, they just kind of set our whole day up for success.
There are occasional messes that need cleaned up, and the goats can be somewhat distracting. But for the most part, it's stretching, a little bit of snacking, and a whole lot of laughing.
If I were really full of shenanigans, I would come put grain on your backs.
It was kind of like not as focused as a regular yoga session, but I did have like a really good yoga workout, I guess you would call it, and had a lot of fun watching the goats.
And that's the whole point. The biggest problem is there's not enough classes to keep up with the demand. The organization scheduled 8 through March, and each is already sold out. But don't be disappointed. Organizers say they hope to soon offer more and even expand with different animals.
We really want to get yoga with bunnies, yoga with kittens, yoga with puppies, and we're trying to coordinate with another nonprofit in town to get yoga with horses.
For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Lindsay Wright.
3 goats attended the first couple of yoga sessions, but organizers say they're going to add more goats in the future. And that's the end of this program. We won't see you next week, but our work will continue online as we cover the news at WTIUnews.org. Have a great weekend and happy holidays.
Indiana Newsdesk is made possible in part by the following: IU Health Southern Indiana physicians, primary care and specialty care providers now accepting new patients in Bloomington and throughout South Central Indiana. siphysicians.org. The IU School of Education, preparing teachers, scholars, and administrators to improve teaching and learning in Indiana and around the world. More at education.indiana.edu. Smithville Fiber, the Gigacity Company, fiber internet, HD, and digital IPTV in Southern Indiana. More information at smithville.com. Indiana University Alumni Association, linking IU's network of over 650,000 alumni and sharing the Indiana spirit through scholarships and volunteer opportunities. alumni.iu.edu. And by WTIU members. Thank you.